That one is a little bit obvious, isn't it? I don't know, but this seems pretty Masonic to me. Look at that. The River Mersey. I've never been here before. And there's a lot of old cars here. District of Columbia. So hello. You may have guessed already that I'm not in London. I'm quite far up north in a place called Liverpool. And today, we're not here to look at the Three Graces, although we might have a little look. We're here to check out what is most probably the most Masonic Catholic church in the universe. So we're on the pier head, as you can see written on that obelisk over there. But we're going to go quite deep into the city. Just starting off here, you know, just for the majestic photons. So this is the Port of Liverpool building. And just check out the entrance here. This is slightly obvious. I mean, I know at some point, you know, Masons decided they didn't really want to hide anymore. But this is a bit over the top. Something I wanted to do before I left the riverside. See if I could get a drone right in the face of that guy. But it's very, very windy today. I'm not absolutely sure we're going to be able to get the drone that high, but we can, but give it a go.
Take off. Home point updated.
We've quickly got a short time whilst the wind is actually quite low. No, I'm already getting a bit of a wind warning. Just getting this guy's face like immediately. Wow, look at that. Weird old bird. There's a bus coming past me there. The Liverbird started off as the Eagle of St. John. I'm looking up at it to see how close I can get to this. Wow, these things are enormous. This is absolutely enormous. Yeah, it started off as the Eagle of St. John, which apparently was drawn so badly. Look how windy it is, it's knocking around. It was drawn so badly that nobody knew what the hell it was. It just looked like some kind of deformed duck. And so when it was redrawn and redrawn and redrawn, it basically slowly became some kind of thing which they call a mythical animal, but it's really just like a cormorant or something. And it's holding seaweed in its mouth. Right, let's get away. Let's see if we can spot this cathedral we're going to today. Yes, we can. Just in the distance over there is some mad Masonic object, which is sort of pyramid central. It's a bit weird actually, because, you know, Roman Catholics are supposed to be against Freemasonry, yet there's their cathedral with like Masonic crap all over the place. And there is the other cathedral, the normal cathedral. And yes, when I started to investigate interesting things in Liverpool, I of course looked at these buildings, the Three Graces, and was like, whatever. The thing that immediately caught my attention was that funny little chimney thing that you can see behind the Port Authority building there. I found a drawing online, which I will show you, of a guy holding a pyramid And I was like, what the hell is that? And then you can see in the background or at the bottom, it's that thing. And there's more of them as well. There's another one just over there. So we're going to go and check that out. Wow. This thing is real big. What is that? A torch of illumination and the two pillars. Yeah, so this thing is sort of multi-purpose. It's a ventilation shaft for the Mersey Tunnel and also a police station and operational centre for the operation of the tunnels. But it's really quite, it's symbolic. All the Mersey Tunnel stuff has this kind of weird shade of green. Look at that. And for those of you who watched my video about the Masonic hospital, you'll know that this sort of pillar thing with the statues on top, the double pillars with the statues, is highly Masonic and attached to the Royal Institute of British Architects. And they actually have a headquarters of the RIBA over here. One of these might even be this thing. Where's the RIBA? Is that here?
It is. It's just literally inside this building here. And
oh yeah, big sunburst in the middle here as well. Pointing at diamonds. The octagon sun. Very, very mystical, hey? Oh, it's don't worry, it's just a compass. Yeah, sure, it's just a compass. Check out the pyramid detailing. Wow, that's quite something. It's weird that the architect who built these things was not actually a Freemason, but I'm guessing that the history of Freemasonry and the influence of Freemasonry in Liverpool is so great that they kind of must have insisted that it was built with all of this sort of weird occultic stuff. It is just a ventilation chimney for a tunnel under the river. Why does it have to be this weird and monumental? Look at that. That is crazy. The mystical pillar. Doesn't actually look like they have the one from the drawing, which is a shame. Oh, I've just realised. Here we go, look. The sunburst. Do they all have that? They do. They all have it, look at that. Mersey Tunnels tour. But they won't take you to the really interesting ones. I've had a little investigation. This video is not about underground tunnels, but I could easily make a video about underground tunnels here. They have lots of them. They even have deep level British Telecom tunnels like they do in London. What gets me is I have all this symbolism, but they never explain to anybody like why they built it that way. Like, if they've got nothing to hide, you know, Freemasonry is just a charitable organisation. We've got nothing to hide. Well, why do they build all these things and never explain what they mean? All these like mystical symbols everywhere. It's strange. Very, very strange. I actually have a little bit left on my first drone battery, so maybe we'll just see if we can have a look down through the chimney. I didn't really see what that is. They're very dirty though. Right, let's see if we can see what's in the top of this. I mean, I imagine it's just holes, right? Or grating or something. Wow, it's literally just great big deep dark holes. Ominous. I can't see on the screen if there's any grating there. You would imagine that they wouldn't really want stuff to fall down into it. There we go. Well, that really is one weird pyramid cult object, that's for sure. Gotta love a city with no flight restrictions.
Takeoff. Home point updated.
So this is the centre of Liverpool. That's Nelson up there, I think. No, it's the Duke of Wellington. Sorry, it's the Duke of Wellington. My bad. I've never been here before in my life, so. Liverpool Lime Street station, just over there on the far side. Sort of right next to this enormous hulk of a building. And St John's Garden. So they do like a good St John. Of course, the two St Johns are a Masonic meme. Over there, you can see the tunnel, the Queensway Tunnel, which has all sorts of these weird monuments all the way around it, including the monument to the tunnels, which is a very, very strange object. Just check this thing out. Look at that. Isn't that insanely crazy? Totally crazy. There you can just see the cathedral in the background. We are going to be going there very, very soon. That's where we're going next, basically. Because that cathedral is on the end of Hope Street. And Hope Street is like... Thanks. It's like Freemason Central in Liverpool. Look, either side is a statue. King and Queen. Duality, male and female, either side. I think they've only just put this monument up here. That's why it's all like closed off, which is a bit sad. We can read this from here, maybe. Queensway, constructed under the control of the Mersey Tunnel Joint Committee. And then just a list of architects. 2 dates. 1925 to 1934. Wow! Look at the decoration they've put on the floor around it. This is deeply Masonic, dude. Like, deeply. Wow. That's quite something. So King George V and I think Queen Mary, but the real clue is here. King George V, to commemorate the Diamond Jubilee of Queensway Tunnel, this statue was rededicated on the 26th of July 1994 by His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, who is the Grand Master of the United Grand Lodge of England. There is our clue. So let's go to Freemasonic Central, Hope Street. Oh, that does give me hope. Hope for a better future. Look at that face. Well, there she is, the weird girl. And it's right on the doorstep of the Masonic Hall. Oh, so it's this thing here. Really, look at that. Not only the square, not only the compass and set square as a cocktail drink, they get the all-seeing eye in there as well. Look at that. Pretending to be a cherry. And it's like a six-pointed star. They're having the cake and eating it right there, aren't they? It's actually closed, which is a shame. Actually, I was hoping to go in. Is it open? Oh, it is open. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Liverpool Masonic Hall. Within this cavity is deposited the casket recovered from the northeast corner of the Masonic Hall erected on this site in the year 1872. Deposited by Brother Joseph W. Smith, 30th of September 1932. There's the all-seeing eye. Just kind of spooky. What about this? Is this open? And on the banisters there, look, 3 squares. So that is quite clearly a Masonic symbol, as you would have thought. You can see down below it's all dark. Oh, I was hoping maybe they might have left the door open. Some strange objects. What are those? Oh, they're mallets, aren't they? For hitting the stones, making them flat or straight. Looks a bit like the Last Supper. Upcoming meetings. Good to know. Look at the state of this thing. Well, this is quite clearly Masonic, which is weird, isn't it? Because the Roman Catholics are supposed to have some kind of ban on Freemasonry or a resistance to it. Yet here we are. Here's evidence that actually they don't at all. The architect of this was called Sir Frederick Gibbard, and another enigma really, because he also was not a Freemason. But again, the influence of Masonry in Liverpool and the Royal Institute of British Architects must have forced him into it or something. Well, let's say encouraged him. If you look at the original model of this massive pyramid that's on the front, you can see that it was actually supposed to be just an enormous pyramid. I think they had some kind of crisis when they realised that if they put the bells inside the cathedral, then they would basically resonate the glass when they're ringing and just make the whole thing eventually fall apart. Although this thing started falling apart almost immediately, apparently, and the architect Frederick Gibbard got sued. I think off the top of my head, I can't remember what it was, like £1 million or something. Got sued for making this so absolutely terrible. Apparently things were peeling off, falling off. Things weren't structurally sound. Now, supposedly, there are 3 crosses and 3 crowns. So you can see the first cross is the big one in the middle that has a crown around it. And then there's 2 smaller crosses here, and supposedly these are the crowns, I guess. That's a crown. And that is a crown. But nowhere, anywhere I can find, does it explain why on earth it has these pyramids. There, look, like there's a pyramid, and you can see the lines of the pyramid coming down. Like this line here basically forms the outside of the pyramid. And the same on the other side. There's the pyramid capstone, and then you can see the form of the other parts basically take it down into a pyramid. So there's like two pyramids there, both with capstones. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Well, at least it has some Christian symbols on it. Each of those spikes has a little cross. We are going to go inside. There's also a crypt here as well. We're going to go into the crypt. But I think before we go up the steps and try and get inside, I think we go around the back, because what is around the back will just prove to you how totally Masonically absurd this thing is. Brace yourself. Look at the state of that. Wow, even this gate is a big pyramid, look. Wow, that there's a massive sunburst there. The window. I'm guessing that's the crypt down there. Look at that. That window is pretty epic. Spooky gate. The reason this is so weird, by the way, is that they started building like an epic cathedral that was supposed to have the largest dome in the world, and then they ran out of money and they only built the crypt. So this new cathedral, built in the 60s, was basically just built on the foundations of the crypt. So it's just sort of perched on the top. These pyramids were not part of the original crypt. The story is that when the crypt was built, the plan was to have an enormous cathedral on the top, and apparently structurally the only way all of the internals were basically going to hold up and stay on the walls rather than fall down was because the cathedral was going to be pushing them into the ground. So they found structurally they needed to put something heavy on the top, but there's absolutely no documentation as to why they chose enormous pyramids. And these pyramids are like solid concrete with like little windows going through them. Look at this. It's kind of designed to be approached from this angle, I think. And they've got these colourful sort of window things here, which act like, you know, the pillars for the entrance. Wow, it's very, very plain up here. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. Wow, look at the design on the door that you see repeatedly, which obviously looks a bit like a compass and set square. Yeah, the little windows you can see, and just let the light in. I presume that when you go into the crypt, you can actually get into like underneath them. I'm hoping you can anyway. Look at this. This is totally absurd. An absolute absurdity. The design, by the way, has all these like different chapters, different parts, different chapels, different little bits dedicated to different saints and that sort of thing. So it's kind of all divided into these sections, which all have these weirdly shaped little chapels and things in them. I can imagine this bit at the back is used for like open air ceremonies or something. child sacrifices, maybe. Just checking for DNA. Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense that people wouldn't normally come up here, but it just feels a bit weird that it's so totally empty. And I'm surprised more people don't run up these. You could clearly just run up that and get up onto the roof. No problem. I mean, as long as your shoes have some grip. Just random. Oh, it's a spiral staircase inside there. Look at this. You could definitely run up this. Oh no, it is actually quite slippery. It looks like real stone, doesn't it? But it's not. It's like plastic. It's like vinyl, like you have on your bathroom floor. And it's slippery. Is it stone on the side? No, this is all like, I don't know what that's made of. It feels like plasterboard or something. Oh my god, this thing is cheap as hell. Oh, a little. Oh, we've got to remember though that while we're here, God will be looking at us through his CCTV. Not to say that this cathedral doesn't have, a bit of epicness. It is unusual. Apparently it's based on the Cathedral de Brasilia or something. Brasilia? What's the capital of Brazil? That place. They've got a cathedral there which apparently is a bit like this one. Back at the bell tower, you can just see the back of the bell wheel there, and just look at that. Another great big astounding pyramid. Remember that this bit was supposed to be like a thin pyramid as well, so this would have been like pyramid upon a pyramid, like the pyramid inception. This whole thing is a really ugly monstrosity. I would say it actually debases the Catholic Church. Doesn't sound like too much of a strong opinion. How do you get into this place? Is it these? Oh yeah. That is a very spooky noise. Does it always make such a spooky noise like that? The wind noise is insane. Is it always like that? I guess it must be, yeah, wow. Crazy. Here we go. Wow, it's very dark. Very quiet. Oh, this is a spooky one. Reconciliation. Wow. Yeah, look at that. What is that? some mystical door. And there's steps here. Whoa, that is fairly epic. The camera will not be doing this justice. That is really epic. I'll give them that. Oh, it's just another little seating area. Wow. Look at that. Whoa, this is pretty crazy. What is that? That was weird. I heard like whispering from those windows over there. I'm not kidding. Whoa, that's freaky. What the hell is this? It's Abraham. Abraham is revered as the common ancestor of the Jewish and Arab races and presented as a model of faith and obedience in the Christian scriptures. Okay, well that one's freaked me out entirely. Everyone fearful. Oh no, the pigeon of fire. So that's what this spiral staircase was the down to the crypt. You are now entering the crypt of the proposed Metropolitan Cathedral designed by Sir Edwin Lutyens, the foundation stone of which was laid in 1933. Ding, ding, ding. A coincidence, maybe. Wow. This is not quite what I was expecting. Still pretty cool though. Here we go. This is what the cathedral was supposed to look like. There's the dome of St. Peter's Basilica, Vatican City, St. Paul's Cathedral in London, and then this one, what it was supposed to be anyway. That would have been crazy. Oh wow. Some of the other designs that were submitted, they're all pretty tragically crap, aren't they? Look at this one. Look at that. Look at this. How terrible that would have been. That is awful. Oh my god. That's pretty symbolic. Huh? Oh, look. Well, that's a Masonic pattern. This is the sun. Oh, the eight-pointed sun. Just like at that ventilation tunnel at the beginning of the video. And columns like these, I've seen these before in some of the weirdest churches in the City of London. These kind of spiral columns. Oh, look at that. It's like the Ark of the Covenant or something, isn't it? That's what it's supposed to be. Jesuit gloves. Wow, there's some more different colours for different occasions of Jesuit things. And there's the Jesuit silver plate. Wow, this is like a Jesuit treasure trove down here. Holy crap, look at that. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, I want to go up the spiral staircase. Wow. This is really dark. And I love it that it's totally empty. Whoa. Holy moly. This is the more embellished version of the 8-pointed sun. There's the 8-pointed sun, and then this big starburst around it, which is inside an octagon. You can see that. Holy crap, look at that. Whoa. Is that the one I saw from outside? No, this is a different one. Wow. Yeah, the whole thing is just symmetrical. There's not really much down here. Whoa, dude. Look at this. And it's so bizarre that I'm totally alone in here. Hello. Very, very bizarre. What is this? Is this where they do like Jesuit meetings? This is bizarre. What is it? Well, that says toilets and exit. Oh my god, it's so dark. No, it's locked. I'm locked in. I'm trapped in a deserted Harry Potter Jesuit club. This is bizarre, isn't it? Is this not bizarre? I thought that was another way through there. These are all going to be locked. They seem to be quite good at locking doors around here. Oh, look at that window. These circles, I've seen that before. I have seen that before on a Masonic building. It's locked. Why do they lock all the doors? Yeah, I can see this is locked already. Damn it. That's so sad. Couldn't they at least just accidentally left one door open? Like, for example, this one. I can't open it any further. Oh shit, dude. Okay. Oh shit. Oh crap. I think it's just a storage area, isn't it? It doesn't go anywhere. Look, can you see that? There's no way I can get up there. It's all... But yeah, there is like a... Oh my god. It's Did you hear that noise? Oh, it's just the wind. It sounded like a dinosaur. Okay. That's spooky as hell, dude. That is so spooky. Get me the hell out of here. That's awkward. awkward noise that I just made that echoed throughout the entire fucking cathedral. Well, I found the way down to the secret dungeon. Whew. This is blatantly a checkerboard floor. Chapel, crypt, chapel. Wow. Oh, there it is. Oh wow, they've got an organ down here as well. Oh my god, that must be so loud down here. It's crazy. I can't imagine how loud that must be. Ooh. There is a chamber or some kind of, yeah, there is some kind of chamber back here. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, it's a real artifact, isn't it? It's the electrical gubbins. Look, I've got all the switches here. It smells faintly of kind of vicar's sweat in here. Ooh. No, that's definitely locked. Must be like the private chamber for like the Archbishop or something. What on earth is that? Oh, I thought that was an insect. It's a piece of Christmas tree. Well, I think that's a lot down here. Only one more thing to do, which is to drone the crap out of this building.
Take off. Home point updated.
Wow, what a totally ugly monstrosity that is. It almost looks industrial from here. Oh my god, the wind is extremely strong. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do anything fantastical here. We can get full appreciation of the modernist industrial flavour of the building. This thing is truly odd. I think I'll land and go around the back. Just had a proximity warning. I think it was a pigeon. Let's check out these pyramids. Oh yeah, we never did get underneath the pyramid, did we? It's very sad. Another proximity warning from a pigeon. Oh, there's a guy down there. Hello. Look at those. It's pretty obvious there's a lot more to that crypt than they allow the public into, isn't there? A lot more. Catacombs, probably. Here you can see the other cathedral in the distance. Look at that. And Hope Street, Mason headquarters. Liverpool's actually not that big. I thought it would be bigger, to be honest. Wow, that is tragically awful. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. What were they thinking? So there we go, guys. Liverpool Metropolitan Masonic Cathedral. That truly is a very, very odd building.